What's up, guys? NBA Talk. Here with a serious matter. The Houston Rockets. I want to talk about specifically, like what has gone wrong for this team. Plenty of stuff. First off, they're one of the worst defensive teams in the league. I believe 27th in defensive ratings. Um, Even though having a defensive person like Dwight Howard, a former Defensive Player of the Year 3 times, I believe. You have Patrick Beverly, a very good, nasty, um, constantly pesky player. Guys always up in your face, always trying to aggravate you, always trying to disturb your flow. Um, Last year he was a good defensive player, but now he's god awful. He's just god awful. You have Trevor Ariza, who's also supposed to be a good defensive player. Nothing's happening, and he's become diminished. He's not even averaging 10 plus points anymore. He's not even averaging. Well, he is. Let me rephrase that, but still, gosh, it's awful. A lot of players are just diminishing terribly. Terrence Jones being put off, getting coming off the bench a lot. Um, so much defensive defensively is the big one of the biggest parts of the problem for the Houston Rockets. And last year they were one of the top. I believe they were around like fifth or eighth place in defensive ratings. James Harden was putting up a great effort. He tried to play defense and it was working. It was working for them. This year he just gave up on it. Like, just seriously gave up on it. And I don't know what's going on. Oh, gosh. And this is supposed to be a playoff team. Should be, but no. So let's look at offensively. And most importantly, trust issues. That's one of the probably the biggest problem. Trust issues, leadership, something like that. Something to get these people in line and playing together. Nothing works. Kevin McHale, the former head coach of the Houston Rockets early on this season, I believe he had a 4-7 record this season before the organization decided to let him go, fired him. Just like that. What, 11 games into the season and he's already out the door? Just like that? You don't know what's going on. They might just make a good comeback. And we now know they are much worse without Kevin McHale because last season they got to the Western Conference Finals. And then you just get rid of the head coach like that. That's just. I know that they wanted to make a change because they're not going anywhere. Actually, they were going somewhere um, last season. They just build up on that because you know the head coach is making progress. But you gave up on him. People are saying that Dwight Howard had a part in his firing. Many say that James Harden had a part in him leaving, getting kicked out, and almost possibly tried to trade Dwight Howard off the Rockets. But of course, that's rumor. Um, yeah, the trust issues, regardless if it's true or not, but the issues between these teams is showing because you can see frustration in these players' eyes. Dwight Howard is truly diminished. He does not deserve to be called an all-star anymore. He used to be. We know he has the talent, But injuries and just a lack of, though he doesn't seem to have that basketball competitiveness inside him. He constantly lose games and then he just brush it off like it's nothing. And I know a lot of people, a lot of reporters, a lot of anchormen, sports anchors have complained about this. Fans have complained about this. This guy doesn't seem to have the heart to do things right. And I have to agree with them because at this point, Orlando, Lakers, now Houston, and you're expecting to get a max deal, a long-term deal? No. For sure, after the season, he's going to opt out. That would be the worst thing he can do. Obviously, if you're Dwight Howard, it would be the best thing to opt out to get more money. But however, if you're for teams, that would be the, I'm trying to say in the right way. Basically saying it would be stupid to keep him long term if we are expecting this all the time. We know you have the gift, but damn, nothing. Um, Another point out is their offense is not flowing enough. Dwight Howard does not get the ball enough down low. I've noticed the more shots he takes, the better he gets because eventually he gets into a hot streak. You give him the alley oop, pass him down low so he could go for a quick hook shot. Um, it works over time where every time the more usage he gets, the better his rating goes. Uh, but Howard, that's been a huge issue due to James Harden. And I know a lot of people say, nah, but seriously, he takes the most shots. He takes almost 30 shots per game. He takes at least 20. He takes at least 20. Um, he's definitely one of the top scoring players in the league. Right next to Stephen Curry, right next to Russell Westbrook, right next to Kevin Durant, LeBron James. He's right up there. I think he's second in the score leaders per game. So we can't say offensively he's good. He knows how to make shots. He knows how to get to the foul line very good. That's one of the best things about him. He knows how to cause fouls. But he takes up a lot of shots. A lot of shots. And not enough people get involved in it. Even though he is averaging plus 5 assists a game, so he is actually distributing. But there's a difference in stats and impact in the game. How to put it? Just because you're racking up assists doesn't mean you're making an impact in the for your team. He's dishing out balls. He dishing out assists, but it's not adding up to something positive right now. It's clearly that. It doesn't matter if he gets double doubles in points and an assist. It doesn't seem to be working for this team. They have a lot to go on right now. They have players they're not even using right now. They haven't used Marcus Thorne yet. They haven't used Dantes Montejunas yet. This guy could spread the floor because he was working last season. Josh Smith, he's diminished. He is truly diminished. He in the starting lineup, he's truly diminished badly. Shooting 35% from the field, 27 from the three-point line. He needs to shoot inside. He needs to shoot inside, make post moves. That's what he needs to do. They need to keep Jason Terry on the court more. Because I have noticed for the past 2 games, San Antonio and the Trailblazers game, whenever he's on the court, they play much, much better. They need veteranship. They need leadership to push this team because I don't get how It takes Jason Terry to shape you up, to win this game, to shape you up to play better. You're not even using KJ McDaniels, who's good athletic. Ty Lawson is lost cause. You barely use Terrence Jones anymore. You have this Harrell. He shoots good. He makes 60%, but not much. Um, Patrick Beverly needs to go. Corey Brewer is no. He does not longer fit in the system. He needs to go. Capella, maybe we have to see in the future. Trevor Ariza needs to go. A lot of players. You need to take everybody out. Dwight Howard out. A whole bunch of players out, and rebuild again. And that's just me. So that's pretty much it for me. Houston Rockets has a lot to work on. They need a new head coach. Maybe Mark Jackson will help. Tom Thibodeau will be perfect for this team to help them defensively. That's what they need. Truly. Tom Thibodeau, go after him. That guy will shape them into maybe a conference player team. Conference championship team. That's for sure. So that's pretty much it for me. Leave your thoughts. What do you think about the Houston Rockets this season? Are they doing good for the season so far, or are they just doing terrible? What do you think? What they should do? Should they trade a couple players out? Keep people out. Leave Dwight Howard alone. Build around James Harden. Leave your thoughts. And I'll see you later.